This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what you need to know today. Armenia has responded to Azerbaijan's latest proposals for a peace treaty, and the country's demarcation commissions plan to meet in late January, announced Secretary of the Security Council Armen Grigoryan. He described there as being some agreements between the sides on certain proposals, while no progress has been made on others, but he expects that to change. Grigoryan believes that a peace agreement is the best way to avoid further escalations, and pointed to the relative stability on the border, where lately sometimes days have gone by without a shot being fired. The latest meeting of the border demarcation commissions took place November 30th, but official high-level meetings have still not occurred since President Ilham Aliyev canceled planned ones in Brussels and Washington last autumn. Yesterday, Secretary Grigoryan also met with Bono, advisor to the U.S. Secretary of State for Caucasus negotiations. His office reported that they discussed the process of regulating Armenian-Azerbaijani relations, and Grigoryan reaffirmed Armenia's commitment to establishing a long-term and comprehensive peace in the region. Usually, Bono visits both Azerbaijan and Armenia. However, there has been no indication he will be going to Baku this time, perhaps a reflection of its recent refusal to cooperate with U.S. mediation. U.S.-Azerbaijani relations took another hit last week when the State Department added Azerbaijan to its list of religious freedom violators, a move which Azerbaijan attributes to a pro-Armenian conspiracy. Pope Francis urged the signing of a peace treaty between Armenia and Azerbaijan in his annual State of the World address to diplomats accredited to the Vatican. The Pope expressed his concern over the conflict and stated it is urgent that a solution be found to the dramatic humanitarian situation of those living in that region, while favoring the return of refugees to their own homes in legality and security, and with respect to the places of worship of the different religious confessions present there. He noted the importance of these steps towards building trust between the two sides. Despite its good relations with Armenia, the Vatican has never expressed direct support or condemnation of either party in regards to the Armenian-Azerbaijani conflict. The Heydar Aliyev Foundation has donated undisclosed sums to the Vatican over the past decade for restoration projects, including that of the Sistine Chapel, which was described as the first of its kind coming from a Muslim nation. Observers have described this as President Ilham Aliyev seeking to gain the Vatican's favor, which can be an influential voice in Azerbaijan's quest to portray itself as a place of multiculturalism. CivilNet has won a Freedom of Information court case regarding inspections into Armenia's metal mines over the past few years. After inquiries CivilNet made 3 years ago went unanswered by the government's Department of Environmental Protection and Subsoil Inspection about the latest results and violations found, it sued for the information together with Transparency International Armenia, a local anti-corruption watchdog. The courts found in CivilNet's favor in 2022. However, the inspection body appealed the decision. This latest ruling rejects that appeal and finds the department has an obligation to release the requested information. The mining sector has been one of the most corrupt and controversial industries in Armenia for many years. CivilNet also sued and won a case against the Prime Minister's administration related to the freedom of information regarding the change of shareholders of the Zangezur copper and molybdenum mine after the government took an ownership share. Check out CivilNet's latest episode of Mindful Leaders, in which we explore the life of Dr. Armen Khairlopyan, a scientist, researcher, and angel investor. He brought his background in biomedical engineering into the world of entrepreneurship, investments, and startups, and we discuss the relevance of artificial intelligence, data sciences, and innovation for tomorrow. Khairlopyan also tells us about how his family roots from Aintab and Marash have been pivotal to his success and mission to push boundaries in tech and science. You can find a link in the description below and on our website. And finally, today we're making the CivilNet Number of the Day 100 in honor of the renowned director Sergei Parajanov's 100th birthday. He was born in Tbilisi and came to his ancestral homeland in the 1960s, where he shot his landmark avant-garde film The Color of Pomegranates, based on the life of the bard Sayat Nova. However, in the 1970s, he was imprisoned by the Soviet authorities due to his subversive works and sexuality, yet he never stopped creating and was freed after 4 years due to pressure from international artists. The Parajanov Museum in Yerevan is a celebration of his life's work and is a must-see for locals and tourists alike. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.